Hey everybody, welcome to AJS News. This is video 2 of 2 for today.
But first, a word from our sponsors. Hey guys, here to tell you about my favorite app that helps you get control of your finances, and that is Rocket Money. You can see right here some of my reoccurring subscriptions, like Xbox Game Pass. That's okay. It's what, $21.64. That's fine. So
it
as long
you
as
when
I
it's going
get
up too.
Yeah, exactly. It tells you when it goes up and down. I'm like, okay, well, I just got Indiana Jones for that much. I'm down with that. I love being in control of my money.
Yeah, OJ convinced us to use it a long time ago, and it's been great because I love these reminders when things are going up, and I get to cancel them, and this will even do it for you.
Yeah, I also set my budget to let me know, hey, you spent too much on Legos.
That's right.
So I try to keep my stuff under.
I really like the at the end of the month it does like a little report for you, and you go through the different pages, and it shames you.
Uber Eats?
I love it.
How many times?
Stay in trust. The best part about it, this app is free, guys. There is an upgraded version which gives you even more features, but there's no reason not to try it out. Get our link down below. Click on it so that you can grab it. RocketMoney.com/AngryJoeShow. Thank you for sponsoring the show, Rocket Money, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. Check it out.
You have one of these in your pocket, you probably want to take charge of your finances. Check out Rocket Money. Totally free to do so.
For example, it makes me feel good. Like I have a subscription to Alamo Draft House, and that is a reoccurring monthly subscription that I'm like, good. Then you hit the button, you can see how much have you spent over an entire year, and then you're like, oh shit, that's a lot. However, I did the math. If I bought each 3 of us individual tickets to each movie once or twice a week, and it's like, holy shit, I'm saving 50%, you know, stuff like that. So guys, I love the app. We love the app. Ever since Joe was talking about it, it gets you organized. It puts everything in one place for you. It's fantastic. Click the links down below, grab it. No reason not to, except for a little bit of fear of putting your information there, but I did a long time ago and I'm fine. So yeah, great. Alex, what the hell else has been going on in gaming news besides all of the wonderful games that were announced at the Game Awards?
Starting with some bad news. We talked last week about Suicide Squad ending after Season 4 is going to be their final one. The writing was on the wall. We knew it was coming.
Yeah.
They had flatlined for months. 100-player average. It spiked like crazy when the game was like 90% off.
Yes.
We're down to 25% of that spike now, and it's trending downwards. But at WB Games, they're not going to be working on this game anymore.
Yeah.
So they have laid off almost 100 developers this week from Warner Games Montreal.
Yeah, right now it's 620 players right now.
Yeah.
Which is half of what it was when, I guess, Deathstroke released. Have y'all seen Deathstroke's gameplay? I'll send Joe a little video for that.
I played it
Is
last
it probably
time.
exactly like Deadshot?
Guess what his movement is?
Is it jetpack?
No. He's a fucking speedster. So he's going... I'm like, Deathstroke? Deathstroke? Yeah, the widely known speedster Deathstroke. To be fair, there is one comic storyline where he does get Speed Force and he changes his outfit, so I guess it makes sense in that lore, but it's like they couldn't think of anything else. It's like, bro, we already have a speedster.
So
it was Boomerang.
What weapons does he use then?
Guns.
Why would you use guns if you're a speedster? You go faster than the bullet. You would just have a knife and you go faster than bullets go.
Damn.
Right, exactly. So... there you go.
Well, this game deserves
this
to fail.
This is why, yeah.
Unfortunately, it's going to mean all these layoffs. And so the layoffs are going to primarily impact subcontractors working in the QA team.
This is why we're mad at some of the decisions that WB and these companies are making, because ultimately it will hurt the people that bring these games to life.
Yeah.
These live service shit is failing over and over and over.
Yeah, and so all of these people get laid off. WB definitely has a bunch of other projects coming up, and rather than keep these people on, they will fire them now, and then what they will do is they will bring them back either cheaper or just say, well, don't work for 3 months. And then you can come back sometime later, and it's grinding. It just grinds through these people, so it's a super unfortunate thing.
Yeah, because I just feel like it just kills their passion, because they're passionate and be like, oh, first job, let's go do this, and it's going to be amazing. And then they use that, and then, all right, you're fired.
Yeah.
And then it just takes a toll over you.
Okay, so Blade Master 12349. I'd like to give you credit because he did the work. He says, in case Joe sees this, I went back and looked at the predictions you guys made for how many seasons Suicide Squad kills the Justice League. We love you, dude. That would get this, and this is what I found. OJ said 3 seasons. There's only 1 season. Alex said 5 seasons. And AJ finally landed on the most wrong.
I knew
6 seasons. I didn't say 1 season. I said 6 seasons.
By Price is Right rules, OJ wins.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Blade Master, thank you.
Oh, no.
Oh, you beer, man.
Started by saying that the 4 seasons were set in stone. Yeah, I will not be looking for the other predictions as that is far beyond my level of giving a shit. Which other predictions? Oh, like, all the previous ones so that we can have.
Yeah, like that's
Love you, Blade Master. You gave enough
you.
Shit, and then he legendary
So I
word.
was just as close as OJ, but I lost because I went over.
Props to you. Well done. Seasons. It's actually still going. Wow. But I think why those numbers were so high in the number of seasons were like, they can't end it. They did the whole Brainiac has
13.
multiple
13,
so then what we were
right?
doing is we were bundling the Brainiac boss fights into like 4 boss fights each season or something.
Not all bundling is good.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, wow.
So, should we just put
Confirmed. And I'm
OJ Champ on that one?
Well, you get to,
Hey, I still win.
you put the videos up there, so you get to write whatever you want up top. So it probably
I
says
am the best.
OJ Champ.
He is super hot and amazing.
So yeah, OJ wins that one.
Ding, 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 ding. Okay, we'll start with an OJ win on this document.
I was close.
Let's mark that down.
Close!
I was just as close.
None of us were close. 1 season. 1.
We're doing prices right.
They don't
rules,
count
though.
close. All right, I'll put it in the document.
It's hard to be precise, but you're close.
Yeah. Are we? So from now on, are we doing prices right rules?
Yes.
What is Price is Right rules?
So like OJ said 3, I said 5. The answer was 4. But OJ should win by prices right rules because it's the closest without going over.
Wait, there's no. Hold on. Oh, I had a completely incorrect perception. To me, this was the Justice League Kill the Justice League got 1 season. That's not true. Justice League got 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know why I bundled it all. I was just thinking year 1 plan.
Oh, okay.
Okay, sorry. So when we go back, you guys were close. So Joe got 3.
I said 5.
5. I said 6.
But
It was 4. Okay, so how can we? How do we do that?
Is it closest
It's
without
gonna be
going over?
because it's gonna be hard to get it precise
Because
every
now
time.
we have
So
a tie.
Do I tie with OJ?
Huh. I don't know. Let me figure it out.
We'll leave it up
Okay,
to
so
you.
what
How
is the
about
Price
that?
is Right rule?
You have to be
You
the
can't get
closest
over.
without going over, but you're guessing on monetary amounts versus.
Okay.
It's like
What's a good thing?
chat will let us know.
Yeah. So far,
I'll put a tie for right now.
Yeah, OJ has control of the picture. He's already wrote.
Nah, it's
OJ
me.
is super sexy.
But I
it's
think
me.
the tiebreaker would go to Joe because he's predicting lower.
Yeah.
And because the shit gets cut off, that's the spirit of cutting it off sooner gives it to Joe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Joe.
Price is
OJ,
right.
OJ wins.
Yeah, so you can put your face on whatever
I win
Sasquatch
again.
you put up there.
Yeah, put your face up here. I'll give you the PNG of that stupid face. Ding, 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 and find some noise.
Get copyright claimed over a ding, ding, ding. Damn. Yeah.
I'll give you some party, effects that you can pop
find a
on.
sweet one.
Yeah. A lot of people a couple months ago got an email from Epic Games and the FTC talking about a class action suit where Epic Games Store was doing some scummy stuff. Allegedly. Talking about, let's see, what is the thing they call dark patterns. Blizzard did this most famously when we were playing Diablo, when those fucking buttholes, you would click something to like get yourself to the store, but if you accidentally double click, it would automatically take the currency that you technically paid for and pull it out. And there was no confirmation screen. It's just like, hey, that currency is gone. Well, it is determined that Epic did rely on these dark patterns to, quote, dupe millions of players into making unintentional purchases. And so It's a lot of money. And so it's, let's see, $72 million will be sent in refunds, with the average payment being around $114, which means that if you got this email and you clicked through that stuff, go check to see if you can still get into it, because $114 on average buy you some video games.
Yeah.
And so Christmas is coming up, and that's good video game money. So check it out. Marvel Rivals is doing real well.
Yes.
Real well.
Played a lot.
It's a super fun game. I am enjoying it. Still needs a roll queue really bad, but it's very fun to play. It's doing very well. It's one of the only live service games that is doing well, and all these other ones are failing. And just to kick someone while they're down, Marvel Rivals director says Concord didn't bring any unique value that would convince players to give it a shot, but admits that no one can really predict what will or won't succeed. So I just thought it was very funny that it's just like
no unique value. Yeah. I mean, you look at the thing. I guess, yeah, it's not unique. It literally apes Guardians of the Galaxy style and everything with the characters, and then probably copied a lot. Not probably did copy a lot from other hero arena shooters.
Version,
and if you look at that art style and you say that is unique and that's going to stand out, then you were wrong.
I mean, it maybe could have if it was free to play, but
and honestly, the Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet has those same kinds of Concord vibes. When I saw it, one of the first things I said was, "Is this like a Concord? Is this Concord? Concord?" So I don't know. That's not starting off on a good foot.
But I thought it was funny that he was kind of kicking them while they are down. They're about to, I think this week or next week, have their world premiere on
we'll cover
Amazon.
it. It's on the 17th.
Yeah, where they get to show everyone what amazing story they had planned, even though the game is canceled.
So the guy said, yeah, it's too difficult to predict whether something is successful or not. But Concord, you didn't know.
Yeah, you brought
nothing to the table.
Of value. He didn't say it wasn't that harsh, but it's still very funny.
Yeah, but that's the crux of what he had said.
Yeah.
Nobody can predict, but everybody predicted that one.
But you look at them and you're like, hey, you didn't bring anything unique, and you're charging $40 in a free-to-play space.
Yeah.
But those people were super hyped, though. Everyone in the working on it for years.
They weren't allowed.
Like, this could be great.
If the reports are true, if the reports are true, you were not allowed to be anything but hyped. If you had any negative comments about the game while working on the game, you got in trouble. And only positivity all the time. It's like that is
toxic positivity.
That is a terrible way to make something, and and it failed. So yeah. Speaking of which, all right, guys, we saw a movie last week. Called Kraven the Hunter. And it has,
tell us.
And then it
how successful was
you want
Sony's mega hit.
So, how much money do you think Kraven made?
Okay.
Do you think it's
what is Kraven's budget? Let me look it up.
Yeah.
Kraven the Hunter's budget.
More or less than which one?
Morbius, Madam Web. What do you think happened?
Okay.
More than those?
Aaron Taylor Johnson. I think more people know about him than the other chick and Madam Web. So I think he's maybe got more box office pull.
I wanted to say it made more.
Holy shit! The budget is 110 to 130 million. So, definitely more than Madam Web.
Yeah,
I'm gonna predict. And then what were the others?
Morbius.
Ooh, in between, Jared Leto brings in the female audience, so I'm gonna say probably slightly under that.
More than Madam Web.
So you say more than Madam Web, but less than Morbius.
Correct.
Yes, that's what we say.
Okay. Madam Web, which brought in $15.3 million in its launch weekend, is real low.
That's real low.
You were right. Morbius was projected to gross about $33 million in its opening weekend. Kraven did worse than both of them.
Damn, really?
Yeah, Kraven.
People are fucking done with Sony's Spider-Man universe.
$11 million in its 3-day total, which is really
$11 million. Wow, that's in America. Imagine other country ain't even gonna hit $1 million.
No, absolutely not.
$625,000 in South Korea or China, because they're like Kraven who?
So
our buddy was mad at me because he's like, "Oh, it's a legendary movie." I was like, "What movie were you watching? This is a terrible movie."
It's hilarious.
No, it's so good. I was like, he was mad at me.
In group chat, this guy gets every single movie wrong. So me and Joe will do a movie review, and it's like 4 out of 10, 3 out of 10. The next week, he'll see it, and he goes, "Man, did you guys see that movie? It was so good."
It was like, it was terrible. It was like...
Then I have to watch Joe and him argue.
Yeah, because he's like, "Oh, he's protecting the animals. He's so good." I was like, he got there late twice. They were already dead. What are you talking about?
That's true. The animals were already killed.
He didn't protect anyone. They're already dead.
He got revenge for the animals, but he didn't protect the animals.
It's like, it's such a bad film. It's like, tell me the villain's... What's the villain's name? I bet he forgot.
Now I need to know Borderlands opening weekend.
Yeah, I don't know even what to say because I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
It makes me sad. If I was your parent, I'd be like, you have to stop hanging out.
So
with them.
Borderlands was a bigger bomb. So this, 4.6 million domestically at the box office in its opening weekend. Borderlands.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Borderlands made 8.5 million during its first weekend. That would be that would be the total. 11? So I don't know why there's a difference between after its opening weekend it only earned 4.6 domestically, and then Borderlands made 8.5 million during its first weekend. That might be globally. Is your number globally?
Global.
Scrolling back up.
Damn, that
Okay,
sucks.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot here. I'll go to Box Office Mojo.
Yeah, I would look it up because this one doesn't. It just says total for its opening weekend, $11 million.
Craven.
Did it
You
release?
said 11 million.
Yeah. Did it release internationally?
So domestic 11 million for Craven.
Yeah.
Borderlands is 8.6 million domestic. That was a domestic number. So Borderlands did worse than Kraven. And that makes sense because Borderlands is completely out of nowhere. Sony at least had prior films, but you would think that it would do, for them, they're hoping it would do 4 times better than what it actually did.
I would never have guessed that because Borderlands paid a ton of money for advertising, was also not rated R, and rated R usually limits the audience base.
I just looked at the trailer, the IP coming from nowhere, the heartlessness of it, and I was like, yeah, there's no...
Which one are you talking about?
Mass audiences.
Which one are you talking about?
Borderlands.
Oh, I
mass audiences aren't going to go to this one.
The Sony Kraven, Madam Web. Oh, Borderlands.
Yeah, they also spent a ton of extra money. So it was originally $90 million budget, up to $110 million because the restarting of production. There's just a lot of problems with it. So this is and they're not going to recoup that. Like just restarting the production cost $20 million. They made 11 in their first weekend, and there's probably going to be an absolutely absurd drop off.
So this does probably put the nail in the coffin. I've read some news stories that says Sony is thinking about rebooting all of their non-Spider-Man universe films. They're just going to hit the reset button, and it's like, so no, don't hit the reset button. Hit the fucking explode button. Just never hit the nuclear launch
we're gonna get
button.
What is it, Sinister 6?
Yeah.
I was thinking about Sinister Squad, the off-brand.
Yeah.
That was a bad movie.
It could. They'd probably have to fire the... We mentioned in the review that the person in charge of Sony Pictures has been in charge of some of the worst... Even in the heyday of these bad comic movies, when they were just easily making $200 million, he was in charge of some of the worst ones ever to come out. And I don't know. I mean, maybe he keeps his job. Maybe he continues to fail upwards. Maybe this guy becomes the next CEO of Disney and takes over because they're looking for a new one. And I don't know how much higher this guy can fail upwards. But that, that's a possibility. But
that's fucking crazy. Well, again, he's my friend. I could say that. He goes out and watches these movies and likes them. There's a lot of people like that.
Is he enhanced while he's watching them?
No.
Oh, okay.
Nope. He is not.
Okay.
He genuinely loved it.
Well, Joe, to be fair, I'm going to go to Rotten Tomatoes right now, and I guarantee you, because I predicted that the audience
50.
rating would be a lot
50.
higher, And I knew it would be. And guess what it is? 73%, Joe.
I was saying 50.
So
50-ish.
so we use him, our friend, as a guy because I was like, yeah, he is literally the walking popcorn meter. So
he used a stupid card on me. He's like, well, I went to go watch with my son, and it was great. Spending time with
my son at the theater, and I'm like,
that
taps into everything that I've always said.
And I can't say anything.
People want to turn their brains off for 2 hours. The kids are yelling and screaming in there, and they're bothering them here. They actually get to see it, and if you have 2 hours of peace and you get some action and explosions, then they're like, that was a great movie.
That's what's like, okay, I can't say anything.
Time.
Sure, you're hanging out with your kid, great.
Right,
I'm glad
but there's
you enjoyed
difference
it,
between
but I'm
movie
telling
criticism
you, it is a terrible movie.
and film
and
audience
it says
goers.
It right there, 15% to 73.
People say critics have no idea what they're talking about. It's like, yeah, because they're talking about different things than you're talking about.
You're not even discussing the same
He used the Trump
parameters,
card. I was like, okay, I can't say anything. Sure, whatever. Nice stuff.
73%.
So you and your kid have
so
bad
he
taste.
probably would have given it. He probably would have given it a 7.
I didn't want to.
I thought he said 10 out of 10.
No, he didn't say 10 out of 10.
He said legendary.
Yeah, but legendary for him, that doesn't mean 10 out of 10.
Exactly.
Okay, I don't know.
I don't know what the fuck it would mean, though.
I wish you had told me that, because now I think way less of him. Like, way less. I'm going to see him now and just go, ugh. Ugh.
Guys, I know y'all hate Kraven, but I'm in between him and y'all because I don't think it was that bad. I liked it way more than I liked it way more than Madam Web. I liked it way more than Morbius. I liked it more than half of the films of Venom. It's not that bad. I saw every single one of his points. It's like, yeah, he goes out with big muscles and beats everybody up. It's like, yeah, he does. Sometimes you just want to see
really
a guy.
likes Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Maybe
He really likes him.
Anyways, can we talk about the next fucking topic?
No, that's terrible. That movie's goddamn terrible. All right, well, all right. Balatro Dev, made by one guy, right? And so he had some trouble with PEGI, and PEGI is the industry there that rates what age level is appropriate to play your games. And I keep saying Balatro. I think it's I don't know, whatever. This game's rate got 18 plus because
Balatro
of gambling. It's got poker hands in it. You can't gamble with it. Like, you're not earning anything. You can't do. It's a roguelike game. Nothing really carries over.
That's bullshit.
But it got an 18 plus rating, which means that some countries won't carry it. People aren't going to be able to play it, and it is a truly wonderful game.
Fuck the PEGI for that. PEGI constantly is responsible for not categorizing real gambling games as gambling. A case in point, the Pokemon controversy that they had a while ago, and now they're going to say that this card game, simply because they're using, playing cards and poker
Alex
hands.
said it. It's one guy. He can't afford to pay off.
Yeah, all these other things, yeah. And so what he tweeted out this week saying, since PEGI gave us an 18-plus rating for having evil playing cards, maybe I should add microtransactions, loot boxes, and real gambling to lower that rating to 3+, like EA Sports FC.
There you go.
And fucking Madden.
Yeah.
Pets,
that fucking story is huge.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's
a goddamn corrupt fucking organization.
Yes, that's why he didn't have enough money.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
I mean, if you look at some of the people that are in charge of these big agencies, it's not just PEGI's, like the one that we use here, the ESRB. A lot of them, if you look at the people who are on their boards, are people who own the largest game companies, and they're there for a reason. It's like, I think Strauss Zelnick is still in charge of the ESRB, and he's the Take-Two guy, and so it's like or 2K guy, and so it's like it makes sense that these people put themselves on these committees, and it's like, oh, hey, when my game comes by, you give it a 3+. It's like, but your game has an actual casino in there. Give it a 3+. And I'm like, okay, fine. You scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. So
he has a fucking point, and he's really intelligent. He actually follows up. He says, just to clear it up, I'm way more irked at the 3+ for these games with actual gambling mechanics for children than I am about my own rating, Balatro, having an 18+. If these other games were rated properly, I'll be happy to accept the weirdo 18+. Plus, the red logo looks kind of dope on my game. So yeah, he's absolutely right. It's like the standards are different for certain games that make a ton of fucking money and they're good for the industry, and that some motherfucking CEOs and boards are on the fucking panel and this and that, and then that's just all insider bullshit.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing that he can do about it.
No,
he's sold enough.
That's the shitty part.
Yeah, and just like
this is an injustice.
It is. It's massive, and it's just. I get where he's coming from. Where he's like, oh, it's fine that it's on mine. It's really not. It's because like it's
a game that has fucking microtransactions, gambling mechanics, random loot packs where you have a 0.0125% chance of getting the legendary 98.99 Messi. That game suitable for 3-year-olds. Your game, Balatro, because it has a jack and a king in it, and at some point in the world, these were used in casinos for a completely different game. You are now 18 plus. Has nothing to do with the fact that there's no microtransactions in your game, which it should have to do with that because there's no microtransactions and loot box mechanics in that game. Ugh.
Should have changed the suits. The 6 of elephants.
No, because their justification was it has real life poker hands in it, and that information could be used to teach kids about gambling.
Yeah, that's the loophole that PEGI is saying is, well, you're encourage or teaching gambling. Balatro does technically teach you some of the basic rules of poker.
Yeah.
Real life casino.
If you only have 2 cards that match, that's not as valuable as 3 cards that match. See, I just taught you gambling.
But what about
the rating
these
is
other
unfair?
Ones, Alex?
It's bullshit, and it points out the huge hypocrisy in the industry.
Yeah.
Fuck PEGI.
It's almost like it's a corrupt system.
Yep.
No.
Actual gotcha fucking games have Genshin Impact, by the way, has a rating of 12 plus. So it's a lower rating.
That's only because of the panties, though. If it wasn't the panty system, it would be 3 plus.
Well, how else are you gonna know your character's level 1,000?
Oh, but panty size is it? Level 1, you have granny panties and just shrinks.
You get smaller and smaller.
As a reward.
Yeah. I think they changed that system after.
What game is that?
Yeah.
What game is that again?
Disgusting. I never want to. Tell me where to find that game so I know to avoid
this
it.
Thing?
Yeah.
Look at this low-level granny panty.
What a fucking seriously, I can't. What a joke of a joke of a world we live in.
It's fucking stupid.
Let me see what people say. Let's see. Yeah, EA Sports FC 25 microtransact random card pack other game items is apparently suitable for 3-year-olds. A researcher from York St. Johnson University linked video game loot boxes to problem gambling, saying that the more people spend on loot boxes, the more severe their gambling problem is when they develop the gambling problem, if you ask me. Yeah, wow. Anyways, that was a terrible news story, Alex. I hate you.
Yeah.
No, it was
how
necessary.
How do you think the guy feels?
Thank you. Yeah, I know. Thank you for bringing it up.
Yeah, I mean, other countries have done a little bit better. In Australia, they have finally put a mature rating on EAFC because of some of these things. So there is progress being made. It's
but not
just
here.
Not here, not in the largest 2 markets. In the EU and in the US, it's just not there.
Has to do with money.
Yeah. So.
How much money it makes.
Yeah. And the comments are very reasonable.
Yeah.
This one's like, oh, you should have said porn cards. If you're already 18 plus, why not? It's like, well, probably not. But yeah. Okay. And you had a couple ones that you want to add?
Yeah, the next version of HDMI is set to launch at CES 2025 with a wide range of higher resolutions and refresh rates.
You need new TV, new everything.
Unfortunately, if you want to adopt it in the future, you will need a new cable. Okay, obviously. So because right now
Monster Cable's over here. It's like, how can I sell a 99-cent cable for $700?
That is their whole business.
You're welcome.
Wow. Monster, they ain't gonna sponsor us now. No, we don't want a sponsorship.
Man, cats. That's that.
I don't know about y'all, but I get all my cables from fucking Amazon, the cheapest I can, because if you go to Best Buy, it's not Monster. Oh, it is Monster. They have Monster cables there, but it's Insignia.
That's their in-house brand, yeah.
And it is just as expensive. Oh, it's like $20 less, and you're like, whoa, I'm getting a fucking deal.
These have gold
so go
tips.
to Amazon, you'll get it for $5.
The gold tips.
Like Guy Fieri, he has gold tips.
No.
Gold tips. Well, Joe, mine has fucking platinum tips.
Oh no, that's
now
not a good
you gotta pay
conductor,
me
bro.
$20. Yeah, Monster Cable. Jesus, what are you doing? Just ripping people off. Yeah. The next, but HDMI 2.1, which is where we're currently at, it is good enough actually for 4K at 240 hertz. So if it's already that good, what the fuck is 2.2 gonna be good for?
8K and higher.
God damn. I mean, we're so far behind. So what I'm trying to get to is that don't worry, you're not gonna need this cable for a fucking long ass time.
Also,
maybe 10 years, 15 years.
Yeah, and also we're mostly joking. We know that there are higher quality cables with shielding and stuff. You don't buy the 17-cent cables you find in a bin at someone's because they can be damaged. But also, don't buy Monster.
Yeah.
I do buy cheap ass cables, and so far everything is going well for me. There's been a few cables that will have compatibility problems with specialist products, like the PlayStation VR 2 needing to connect to a PC. Those kinds of things need specialist cables. But in most cases, you can get away with the Amazon Basics brand. Yeah. Okay,
they just take everything a little too literal in the comments. Well,
I know it sucks that we have to fucking preface every goddamn thing we say.
It's a joke, yeah.
Because people don't understand that this is just conversational style here. We're just friends talking. Well, and then there's a dissertation about how Joe used the word "the" instead of "the." I don't know.
Yeah. There's actually several streams you can watch Joe setting up his board game space where he had to buy different cables because there was interference.
Yeah.
We know.
It's certain cameras don't like the length of a camera, the way the data has to transfer.
We like to have fun.
It has to be powered.
No.
Then when you power it, then it goes further. But again, that's a specialist situation. I was having cables that are 20 feet in HDMI length and 30 feet in HDMI.
So you don't want to hear that.
Nobody deals with that.
Right.
So that's why we make the joke and we cut it down. Whatever.
It's because, dude.
Nah, bro. Monster cables, they're really good.
So
the commission on Monster cables apparently was super high when they first came out. It's just, I had a buddy who worked there, and he's like, "Look, every time I sell one of these to someone who doesn't know better, I
make a lot of money."
Yeah, that's what they try to tell you do in Best Buy.
Okay, so nobody really knows the exact specifications right now for the 2.2. So your guess is as good as ours on what exactly is the next gen HDMI technology. No, I'm going to do that for every goddamn thing. It will basically support a wide range of higher resolutions and refresh rates supported by the HDMI cable. So like Alex said, probably 8K at 240 or something like that. Let's see. So with a maximum data rate of 42 Gbps, an HDMI 2.1 that's where they're at, 42. So I'm sure this will probably be double that, something like that.
There was a time where I had a little portable TV. It was like this big and it had a giant ass antenna, and I was sitting at a baseball game, and it was barely black and white with mostly static. I don't know if I need 8K.
The good thing is that they're predicting the fucking socket will be exactly this. It's backwards compatible, with the previous sockets. I don't change the goddamn socket like motherfucking Apple does with the fucking But
that's how they make money.
Dongles and things. Yeah.
Monster.
But they got in trouble for it, though.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Yeah. Idris Elba would love to do a live-action cyberpunk movie with Keanu Reeves. He says, "Let us speak this into existence." I would personally vouch for it. Please, let's see it. I'm into it. Live-action cyberpunk, give it to us. We've had great cyberpunk animated projects. Go watch Edge Runners on Netflix.
I was going to say the last one we saw, Armored Core for a secret level, something like that. That'd be fucking sweet.
Yeah, that's CGI.
Yeah.
But I would love to see a live action version of that, and
I need to
high
get
profile
away
actors
with it
are on board.
more.
So make it happen. Other franchises are being made happen for less, that have less hype behind it, and
Borderlands.
less potential. Exactly. So please do some of the good shit, not dumb shit.
they're probably
Mario, Super Mario with Bob.
Hey, don't fucking talk shit
That's
about
fucking
Mario.
amazing.
We're gonna get downvoted again.
No, the good one. Yeah, with John
here-
Leguizamo.
I have some stories to tell you. We don't have time
yeah,
here,
yeah.
but how drunk everyone was on the set the entire time. But
How do you know this? Were you
did,
on there?
They did an interview, and like John Leguizamo and Bob Hoskins were taking shots between scenes because they knew what they were in.
Yeah.
and they just
Was
decided to have a blast.
Wasn't
with
there a
it.
story with Street Fighter where they had to like have a handler for Van Damme because he kept going crazy and just doing drugs and drinking?
Van Damme had
They
a
needed
while,
to bring it back
a
on
while.
set.
Oh yeah.
All right. Okay.
It's another one, Street Fighter.
So, guess what, guys? The best DLC has been added to the boxing
Lies
game
P.
Undisputed.
Oh.
Brand new fighter has been added. Jake Paul DLC has been given, and the YouTube granddad basher, the fucking Mike Tyson beater-upper, the retirement killer,
He's had one loss, right?
Jake
Who?
Paul.
Jake Paul.
Oh, I mean,
No, I think it's at
some-
2 losses, maybe. He loses to real boxers.
Exactly.
In their
the people
or
he lost
in
to
their
was-
prime, close to their prime. He has to box people that are out of their prime. Goddamn. Anyways, what did they? So the rating, they gave him the equivalent rating to the 2-time world champion Ricky Hatton. So his stats are really fucking high. And
he's like, all right, I'll let you add me to the game, but you have to make my stats
That's
really
bullshit.
that's, that's Vin Diesel, boy.
This is stupid. Nobody play it. Well, beat him up.
Okay, so let's see.
Even then, I
good. Just
think
don't support that shit, because
Yeah.
otherwise you won't ever go away.
Based on the 12 fights he's had against retired MMA fighters, half his size, basketball players, and a boxing legend, some 35 years removed from his best boxing days, the devs have deigned to give Paul a rating of 84. That makes him better than Hall of Famer Arturo Gatti, on par with two-weight world champion Ricky Hatton.
that is such a fucking disgrace. That's fucking terrible.
And
I hate it. I hate
It's
everything
good enough
about
to
it.
give the 87 rated light heavyweight champion Mexican superstar Canelo Alvarez a decent scrap. That's who he should fight.
No, I don't want that because it's gonna be fucking terrible. I do want it, but I don't. Obviously, because it's stupid. But I want Canelo to fucking whoop his ass.
Yeah. Well,
only
I mean,
thing-
he's proven himself
If it's
to
an
be.
exhibition, he
I
won't
think
do
at
it.
this point he's proven himself to be an actual boxer. He knows how to. He can take a punch. He can throw a punch. You can't just walk up to him on the side of the street and beat him up just because you think he's a YouTuber or whatever. He's actually putting in legitimate work,
He is.
training,
He
and all
is.
this stuff. So I'm going to give him a little bit
Yeah,
of credit
for
here.
sure.
But obviously, he's just not
no.
that good, and because of his last name and the infamy, rather, because it's not prestige.
He only
it's
strikes. He only strikes fear of fighters that are about to turn 60.
Yeah.
He's like, oh shit, Jake Paul's coming for me. I'm about to be 60.
I'm about to make $20 million. You got all these retired boxers that are like, holy shit, I can make how much money?
Yeah, because like even you would see glimpses of his defense work with Mike Tyson. He like Mike Tyson has a lot of openings, and he's just
Mike
like,
Tyson has a bum leg. He couldn't walk or move, and he was still almost getting hit.
I know.
This alone makes me regret buying the game. Somebody that bought the game. I hope they've implemented Euphoria physics so his opponents can ragdoll realistically when he swats at the air near their faces. So I guess if you want to see Jake Paul get beat up, there's that angle. You can go and buy him and
but
beat
no.
him up in
Don't
the
buy it.
fucking
Don't
game.
buy
No,
it.
don't buy it.
Don't buy it.
Although I wish good upon Undisputed. I know it came out buggy, but me and Joe really want a successor to the Fight Night series. I think
we had so much
we
fun
covered
with
some news
those.
stories that they're in development of something. And I don't know if it's
I
an
love those
actual
games.
Fight Night.
Those
We
are
love
great.
those games, just haymakering each other over and over and stuff. Undisputed came out a little rough. They've patched it since, and they're doing their best. And honestly, in a business move, this is kind of smart for them. They're going to capture the young crowd with all the kids that'll buy Jake Paul everything no matter what. So, you know.
But makes me hate the franchise.
Yeah.
So it's like
it may. That's how boxing legends feel about what he's doing to the sport.
Yeah. So it's like now it's like, oh, do you want to play Undisputed? I would never.
Yeah.
He's got like the same rating as Hall of Fame boxers.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense.
Better ratings on
Why?
par.
He fought people that were in it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. You already know.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Well, and I think, let's see. Let me see if this is still free. Yep, it's still free. So one last story. Lord of the Rings Return to Moria is free right now on the Epic Store game.
That's
if you
the only
want to pick
time
up
we open
Lord
it
of the
up,
Rings.
when something's free.
I'm not joking. That is the only time we open
It's
it
fine.
up.
Yeah, get the game.
Yeah. What's fine?
For later.
Return to Moria.
Okay, you played it. Yeah, tell us a little bit about it. What is it?
I did like an 8-hour. It's like a survival game with really piss poor building.
We played a little bit, right?
Yeah, we played with Tolgan. And
Yeah.
Good for free, right?
Yeah, it's good for free.
Okay.
I wouldn't pay money for it. So.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell y'all that since Lord of the Rings is kind of in the news. There's a new movie we're going to... We don't know if... yeah, okay. One of our cameras turned off, but let's end it right here because this is naturally the end of the... The news stories.
Alex,
so you just see Alex. We'll put a picture up for us. Thank you guys so much for watching. Alex, take it away since you're on camera.
Oh, hello. Hi there. Do you have a cell phone? Do you also have finances? I recommend getting Rocket Money.
Do you make money? Do you want to save money?
Do you like money? I like money. No, check out Rocket Money. It's a completely free app. There are some premium features in there, but it's amazing. It keeps me on track, and so check it out. Thanks for joining us. On the news, we have tons of stuff, including we're going to see the Lord of the Rings anime.
Tons of movies.
Yeah, tons of stuff. Lots of video game playing this week. So join us for all that stuff.
Packed week.
And we will see you on the next Angry Joe Show.
Bye, guys.